This guy made custom armor for these hermit crabs.
Australian animals have developed some pretty cool and creative ways of protecting themselves.
That's true.
Echidnas.
It looks like a dick.
Magpies. Stingrays.
With the late Steve Irwin.
Oh no,
hermit
Steve Irwin. I remember that. Wow, look at that thing. Oh. No way.
But some of their methods aren't quite strong enough. So today, I'm going to make hermit crabs stronger by giving them some armor and weapons, so they can destroy anything that tries to touch them.
Oh my goodness, he's got to create like iron armor, like diamond armor in
Right, the
Minecraft.
first thing I need is some hermit crabs, and I could just buy them from the store, but they are expensive, and it also seems a little unethical. So instead, I decided to get them from the wild, taking them away from their home, family, and friends.
Oh no, not their family. Oh, he really went scuba diving. Okay. Wow. He really went deep diving for this.
Now I want to find a crab that is around 3 centimeters in diameter, so I brought my tape measure and began to measure.
He's really tape measuring underwater? That's crazy.
But after losing a tug of war with an octopus,
Oh my god, he's really playing tug of war with this random octopus.
I gave up on the measuring and started searching for any shells I could find. But unfortunately, all the shells were either empty or occupied with snails, which I crushed up for the fish, who started to get really friendly with me, almost too friendly. So I decided to call it and get out before they get up to any funny business. As
Yeah,
these
we
guys
don't-
are notoriously named blue gropers.
We don't want them to do
I
anything
started looking
crazy.
in the rock pools, creeks, and just
But the
anywhere
fish are
with water,
friends,
until
not
eventually
food.
I found this guy.
I saw this rock moving before.
Oh wow, it is moving. Oh, that's kind of gross.
So then I gave the rock a wash and began looking for more.
Look at that
And
thing.
after searching some more in this area, I found 2 more hermit crabs. Let's call them Sandy, Randy, and Handy. And I made them this home
Hey,
with
Sandy,
scented
Handy, and
sand
Randy.
and random Lego pieces, but more importantly has a heat mat that emulates the warmth that a hermit crab is used to getting from heat mats that exist naturally in the wild. Okay, now I just need to make the metal shells. And the first thing that comes to mind is casting their shells out of aluminium. And I can do this by 3D printing some shells with some cool designs like this, and then taking a cast of the 3D print and then pouring metal in to fill the mold. And I want the crab's armor to still look like shells, but also have a Mad Max style to it, with stuff like armor plates,
Mad Max
some
style?
spikes, buzz saws.
This is gonna be
So I
super
3D
cool.
printed
I'm
all
already
my shell
knowing.
designs and baked them in the sun to harden up. Then cast
What do
one
you
in
think
plaster
these
with some
armor's gonna
arms for
look
the
like?
molten metal to run down, and left that for a couple of days to dry. Now I'm hoping that when the molten metal enters the holes, it will instantly melt the resin and styrofoam, creating a void which the metal will fill. So
That's
next thing,
hot.
I invited the neighbors'
Don't touch
kids
it.
over for a 24-pack.
Oh,
We're not leaving until you finish. All right?
are we sure they're gonna
Collected all
finish
the
that?
cans, which I melted down in my furnace.
He's using his
While the cans
hand?
melt, now time to check on the cans.
Let's look at these cans.
And when they seemed liquidy enough, I poured them into the mold.
Oh, that's dangerous. What is he trying to do here? Oh, he's pouring it. Oh,
And I don't think there
wow.
is any chance that this worked. So I gently cracked it open to look.
Very
And it
gently,
didn't
we
work at all.
see.
The aluminium didn't run into the hole, and I could try again, but the bad thing about doing this with plaster is the mold is not reusable and takes a very long time to remake. So instead I decided to make a mold out of high temperature silicone, which I've used before to make high temperature flashlights.
Wait, to make what? Did I hear that correctly?
And then we'll use pewter as the metal, which I can just
All right.
which is great, as I won't burn myself as much. And to make the silicone mold, I took the resin shell and placed it at the bottom of this PVC pipe, and then poured silicone over the top until it almost came over the shell. Then I let that dry before pouring another layer on the top so it runs inside the shell, and then let that dry. And now hopefully I can
Interesting.
neatly pull apart the layers, creating a two-part mold.
Joined together.
Which didn't work.
Yeah,
I
it
made
didn't.
another
It
one,
doesn't
this
look
time
like it
used
works.
graphite powder so they would separate. Now comes the pewter, which is this metal here, which makes you feel incredibly strong, which I just cut into chunks. And
Wow,
then
he's
melted it down in this little
so
pot.
strong.
And if you're following along from home, it's very important that you also use a pot with a plastic handle like this one, which will catch on fire, releasing poisonous fumes.
Oh, that's not
And once the
good.
metal was no longer
Why is he just
solid,
touching the
I
fire?
poured it into this hole.
Is he crazy?
Creating this.
What is that?
And it turns out casting a hollow spiral tube is very hard, but I kept trying.
At least he keeps trying, never giving up.
And after pouring and destroying at least 10 molds, I finally managed to get this.
What is that?
Looks pretty good.
Yeah, it doesn't look too bad.
Whoa.
Which is almost good enough, but I've realized a problem. This shell is very heavy, at 90 grams. And if we compare that
90
to the weight of a hermit
grams?
crab,
That's a pretty heavy hermit crab.
which is 0. The shell weighs infinitely more, which is a big difference. So I need to come up with some other way of doing this, and I think electroplating is my best bet. And the first thing I need to do is make a bath filled
What
with
is
the metal I want to plate
electroplating?
in, which is nickel. So I just got 2 nickel plates and put them in a vinegar solution, and then got this wire and attached it to both plates. And then,
Okay.
very quickly, the bath turned from clear to green, meaning it's now filled with nickel. And I know this setup looks
Wow.
bad, like I'm making meth or something,
It kind of does look like
which I
that.
am doing, don't get me wrong.
Oh,
but just
okay.
not here on this table.
Good to know.
Okay, now that I have my green bath, I tested to see if I even know how to electroplate using this copper wire, which I connected to the negative power and then put the positive on this nickel chunk. And now hopefully the nickel metal moves from the negative through the bath onto the copper, coating it in nickel. And after only dumping
Okay.
it in the solution for like 30 seconds, the copper wire was covered in a layer of nickel, which means this should work. So I covered the shells
It
in
looks like it
conductive
would
paste
work.
and put them in and waited and waited and waited. And the shells were much slower than the copper wire, but it does look like it's working, as I can see some nickel. So I left them overnight. And this doesn't actually look that bad at all. It's kind of shiny.
looks pretty
and it's also
cool.
very light, while also having the added strength from the metal. And best of all, it makes this noise, which is good enough for me. So
Oh, that
I
sounds
coated it
crazy.
with different shell designs, sizes, and then also did some in copper, which looks awesome and has
It
this
really does look
crystalline
pretty
metal
cool.
growth on the end of the spikes, which makes the copper almost look organic. And then put all the shells in the tank for the hermit crabs to choose. And this is the annoying bit of the video for me, as I have no idea how long the crabs are going to take to pick a shell.
That's a good
And after
point.
watching them
When are
for
they
a
gonna
week,
pick one?
Nothing happened. Although I did learn a lot about the crabs, like that Sandy loves to eat fish, Randy loves digging in the corner, and Handy, well, he loves... yeah. But more importantly,
What is Handy
I learned that
doing?
all of them are liars. And despite what a hermit crab tells you, they are not actually crabs at all, and had been lying to me for 2 weeks before I discovered
They're
they were actually
lying?
something called a decapod.
Liar,
crustacean,
liar,
and I
pants
have no
on
idea
freaking
what that
fire.
means. But in the end, it doesn't really matter, because it looks like something has finally happened. and I came back
What
to
happened?
the tank one night to find this empty shell.
Oh, wow.
And Randy in his beautiful new home.
No way. Randy found his new home. His metal armor.
Awesome.
And personally, I would have picked
Wow,
the larger
look at
shell for
Randy.
myself, as he barely fits in the thing. But it seems fine, as he can still do all the things he loves doing, like running, digging, and climbing. It's also really awesome
Exactly.
seeing Randy dig under the ground, as when he's under, it's just the spikes on top of the shell poking out in a similar way to an echidna, which would really hurt if you stepped on him. And I really didn't think this would work at all, so I am very happy with this result. And I could wait longer.
I'm pretty
to
happy
see if the other
too.
crabs also adopt their new shells, but I've been doing this for 2 months now, and I feel like I'm really pushing my luck, and I'm going to be responsible for the death.
2
of the
months
crabs
for this
soon.
one
So I
video?
just decided to call
That's
it here and
wild.
release the crabs back into the wild. Andy and Handy in their boring shells, and then Randy in his beautiful armor.
His crazy armor.
Hey, buddy.
He's gonna be an unstoppable in the wild.
So hopefully, he now lives a long, happy life, destroying the ecosystem he lives in. And
That's
the crabs
true.
aren't the only thing I'm releasing. I've got 3 leftover metal shells, which I've placed on beaches all over Sydney for you to find. Here are some clues on where to find them.
I wonder where they are. Why is he have no shoes on? He's barefoot.
I've written a poem.
Okay, let's hear it.
At this beautiful point, you'll feel like a man. So just climb down this gully and follow my plan. When you get to the ledge and look around, you'll find the shell where I peed on the ground.
Oh! I don't know if I want to look for it anymore.
At this beach, you'll find many. At this beach,
He's a little
you'll
nervous.
find many men laying bare. I was tempted to join them, but I didn't dare. So I placed the shell right under this rock, but all I could think about was that man's smile.
Oh, okay. Very
Where the-
interesting.
Where the planes land, you'll find this beach, and I've placed the shell just out of reach. If you come first and want to flex, make sure you leave something for the person that's next.
Oh, wow. Pretty good poems.